The switch was off. Hi, my name is Dan Koch. I'm the conductor and the artistic director here at Music at Lyall. Welcome to this is our 4th annual Christmas concert. How about that? Thank you. My thought for tonight was this. Who doesn't love Christmas carols? Anybody here?
I do.
It's my daughter. She likes Christmas carols. I had this image in my head of just a family sing-along around the piano, and wanted to try to translate that to a choir concert. So you're going to hear a lot of the songs that you love. We're going to invite you to sing in a lot of those songs that you love. In fact, if you're looking at your program, anything that you see in there with a number next to it is a song that we'd like you to join us in singing. Now that number corresponds to the page number in the hymnal, the blue books that are in your pews. So if you would please join us in "Oh Come All Ye Faithful," we'd love you to sing with us on this next one. Thank you. Oh, we're going to sing 2 verses, so there's no awkwardness at the end of it. Lovely. I want to draw your attention to two people standing to my left. Robin, why don't you guys stand up? Robin sung with us several times. It's been a couple years since she's been back, but we're so happy to have her back. And absolutely. And Will DeRiza looks a lot different than he normally does, because this is not Will DeRiza. I'm the president of his fan club, but through circumstances beyond both of our controls, he could not be with us tonight. So in a pinch, Matt Kosick has filled in, and he's so awesome, and we're happy to have him here. We have another sing-along one. The number's in the book, Angels We Have Heard on High. First two verses. Thank you. Next, I want to draw your attention to the 4 instrumentalists that are to my left and my right. Very geographically appropriate tonight. I intentionally picked a group of musicians or instruments that you wouldn't normally see in an ensemble together. Again, trying to mimic that feeling of a family get-together when, maybe Uncle Steve brings his guitar and, Cousin Jessica brings her trumpet and everyone just plays. The task that set up for me was I had to orchestrate every song in the concert, which, maybe wasn't the best idea. But it was fun. It was fun, and that last one is one of my favorites. The next one is the Cherry Tree Carol. We're going to bring the kids up on stage for this one, and we just need to shift a few things around. So give us one quick minute, and we'll be right with you with the Cherry Tree Carol. Carroll, please join us. First two verses. So while the adults are taking their union break, I'll tell you a few jokes. I don't know any jokes, I was just kidding. While we're getting repositioned, the kids are going to sing a few songs for us in a minute. Just want to take a second to talk to you about music at Lyall. You might see music at Lyall on the program. You might see it. You might have seen it on the signs. Music at Lyall is the concert series program. That is the umbrella that the choir falls under. We've also done, we did a chamber music concert a few months ago. We've done jazz concerts, piano concerts, all kinds of concerts. And for us, it's a way to get a bunch of people that might not ordinarily come to a church and listen to some wonderful music, to get them together, put you all in the same room, make you sit next to each other, look at each other, say hi to each other, and come together. And after every concert, no matter how big or small, we have a reception afterwards to further that fellowship and get everybody interacting and being together. So when we're all done tonight, which is not for a while, we're going to walk all the way over to the new side of the building, and there's a ton of cookies. Probably other things too, but I usually go for the cookies. They're really good. We're ready to go. All right, I'll talk more to you later, but we're going to sing some more. Thank you.
The snow lay on the ground, the sun shone.
All right, while the choir's coming back on, I'll tell you another joke. I didn't learn any during that song. I'm sorry. Children. They're very noisy. So, our next piece is going to be my arrangement of In the Bleak Midwinter. It's one of my favorite Christmas carols. It's also by Holst. The very first piece we heard tonight was by Holst. What I love about the Holst music that we're doing tonight, those two pieces, is their original performances wouldn't have been very unlike what we're doing here tonight. When we think of a composer like Holst, we think of his orchestral work. We think of The Planets was the big thing that he was most famous for. A lot of military band music. But to make ends meet, he was a choral director at a church. He wrote music for amateur groups. And the very first piece that we heard tonight, Let All Mortal Flesh Keep Silence, was premiered at an event not unlike this. It was at an amateur music choral festival. And this, his hymn setting of In the Bleak Midwinter was done at a very similar situation. And here we are. We're going to feature the lovely Robin Clifford on this one. Thank you. So the next two pieces are pretty exciting for me because I wrote them both. And actually, if you're all free, well, let me put it this way. If you're not free next Sunday at 7 o'clock, cancel your plans and plan to come here again. Trust me. I wrote a song cycle. It's called Let the Light Shine. And it tells the entire nativity story from beginning to end, including some parts that you might not even know exist. You don't see them on the postcards or anything, but there's even some sections of the story we don't normally hear about. We tell the whole thing through song. Rob Murphy, who plays violin, is in the group. Steve's playing guitar, and we're actually joined by my two friends, Caitlin Mandrakia and John Farias, who sing the parts of Joseph and Mary. And we're going to do two songs from that. So if you like it, even if you don't like it, just come next Sunday so we can have a big crowd for it. This is the third year in a row doing it, and it gets better every year, so I think it's really going to be an enjoyable night. So please join us for Let the Light Shine. And here are two selections from that for you right now. I should also just say, here's where we are in the story right now. They just got to Bethlehem, and they're trying to find a place to go. That's all the setup we need.
Joseph, he's coming, the time is head and give way to dream. The long day is done, now the stars are agleam. Mama and Daddy are here at your side. Everything will be all right. You are the love of my life and of my home. Our whole journey's brought us here by wind we've been blown. And now that I've got you, you'll never be alone as we face the great unknown. Child, rest your head, there will be lots to do. Who knows just what God has planned for you? There will be trials and war and strife, but for now, let's just say goodnight. But for now, let's have a silent night.
Thank you so much. So remember, next Sunday, what time? It's a place to be. Trust me. All right, we're going to do another carol now. The first Noel. We'll do the first two verses. Thank you very much. Our next piece, Lo How Arose, we're really going to feature the choir here, no soloists, and also Steve Sickberg playing guitar along with the piano. The choir works so hard, and they're just so wonderful. But we're still, as wonderful as they are, we're open to new members, always. So if you always had a hankering to join a choir, when we're going, we rehearse on Sunday evenings from 7 to 9, and that's it. As we get closer, sometimes we add a couple weeknights, but for the most part, it's a Sunday evening commitment, and then the concert. It's so much fun, right, choir? Have them trained very well. Yep. Thank you. We're not done yet, but I just wanted to thank you again for coming. These concerts they're really an excuse for me to just have my favorite people around and make some music. So we're really glad that you're enjoying it. And here's some more. Thank you. During this next piece, it's called the Wexford. Has anyone ever heard the Wexford Carroll before? It's a traditional Irish carol. It's new to me. I heard it for the first time this year. It's like my new favorite thing. And actually, if you come next week at what time? If I finish it, I'm writing a different arrangement of it for that concert. So if you really like it, you'll get to hear it again, but different. At what time? 7. Right, next Sunday. Don't forget. Now during this piece, there's going to be a handful of semi-attractive gentlemen walking around with gold plates. No, they're stunning. They're really. We only have the best here at Lyall. What we ask, we don't charge admission for these concerts because we don't want anyone to feel that they can't come. But what we do ask is if you have a little bit extra, or a lot extra, actually a lot extra is really good, to put something in the plate. It helps us continue, it helps us keep going. Every year we add more and more, and it costs more and more to do. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, and you like the idea of what we're doing, please give what you can. We're also interested in corporate sponsorship, so if you're a corporate person, talk to me. We'll hook that up. Also, while we're doing this, I want to mention a few things, because I keep forgetting every time I talk. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk about this. We have a Facebook page, Music at Lyall. Please follow us. Music at Lyall, very simple. Follow us. You'll get notifications when there's new things going on. Also, in your programs, there is a insert, it's a little sheet of paper. It's a half sheet of paper. Also, in your pews, you might notice that there are small golf pencils. If you feel so inclined to fill out our little survey, it basically, if you can do it, it helps us kind of recognize what we're doing right in terms of advertising, what we could do better, what people's interests are. So if you don't mind taking a minute or two filling that out, that would be just a big help to us. When you're all done with it and it's time to leave for the night, you can leave it right on your seat, and we'll pick them up when we'll pick them up later. I think that's what I was supposed to talk about. All right, without further ado, here's the Wexford Carroll, once again featuring Robin Clifford. We're also going to feature some intense playing out of Rob Murphy on the violin and Natalie Wren on the oboe. And how about Jessica? She's going to play a lot this song too. But those trumpet descants during the carols are just phenomenal, so thank you. Isn't that, don't you love that? It's like the Instant Pot. That wasn't a very good joke. But it's like the new thing but it's old. Sorry, I'll stop there. I also failed to say that when I said that we might do a version of that next week, Steve and Rob were both very confused because I didn't tell them that yet. We're going to feature Matt one more time on this Yesu Bambino. Thank you. Before we sing our last song together, we're going to bring the kids back up for Silent Night. So we've got to make room up here. But I'd like to bring everybody, Caitlin, John, Matt, Robin, can you all stand? Orchestra, can we stand? And they can't see you. Thank you, Caitlin and John. Next week at 7. Robin, Matt really bailed us out tonight, so special thanks for Matt. And thanks to all of you. I heard you singing all night, and you sound lovely. So the choir's going to clap for you now. No, they're not. They're holding books. Don't forget, after we're done singing Silent Night, please join us around down the hallway, around the building. You'll just follow the lights and please join us for the reception afterwards. Thank you so much. Thank you.